it.
All his houses, boats, tools, everything run on green energy.
So like, yeah, it's on now.
That's fine.
Dashaina's still talking to me. I think you need to open that window because it's like so dark in here.
Well, you can do that. I just have no.
You just have a baby attached to you right now? Oh, hello everybody. I'm presuming everyone can hear me because whenever I sit here and say, hey, can you hear me? Everyone says, yeah, of course we can hear you, dummy. So today I think I was going to start talking about my roof a little bit because that was, well, it wasn't the last video to go up, but it went up on Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday's video, was about my roof. And there were lots of questions about why I chose to do my roof the way I'm doing. Okay, so hi guys. Do I need to make this go away so I don't keep reading it?
Yeah.
What do you do?
You're gonna do it?
I don't know. I think I did it.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll just use my brain powers to ignore it.
It should be going away.
I'm ignoring it.
Is it going away?
I'm ignoring. Oh, I made it disappear. Good. Okay. So what I'm doing with my roof, just for a quick review, is no. Do not walk through there, dude.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get kids downstairs.
Yeah.
All right, kids are all getting kicked out. Okay, so I'm making these things called dragon scales, which is concrete roof tiles. And first I'm putting
She's nursing.
Okay, seriously, guys. I'm going to use the F word and tell you to go away.
He's fine where he is.
All right, fine. So I'm making these concrete roof tiles. So first I'm putting down a sheet of plastic. I'll pretend my face is the roof. Oh, there's a dome right there. So I'll put down a sheet of plastic. No, first I smear it with mortar, then stick down a sheet of plastic. And I found that if I get the mortar real wet, the sheet of plastic will stick well. And then I'll take a sheet of mesh and then smear mortar on top of that to make sure the mesh is covered. And that way, all the plastic stuff is hidden, and the plastic stuff, like the sheet of plastic, will be waterproof, and the plastic mesh will hold the concrete together if it cracks or anything on top. All right, so why did I choose that and not like 100 different other things? So what were some of the suggestions? Okay, one thing is, I feel like I've already beaten this horse to death, but I guess I didn't. Like painting something on. There are like a million different things. Is if I paint something onto the concrete that is any kind of plastic product, it's going to last a few years and start cracking, and then I just have a roof that's a mess and I have to like scrape it all off or sand it or something. You know, I want to do something that's gonna last. Like I'd rather take time, do something that's, you know, just gonna last a lot longer. Even if it takes me like 20 times longer to put on, I want something that's gonna last really long. So there are some products that supposedly I could roll on that would never crack and would just be amazing. I don't know. I'm suspicious about that, but okay, let's say there's some amazing products that will have like, you know, like incredible tensile strength and won't degrade even in the tropical sun and all that. They're too expensive. Like it's a 40-foot diameter dome, 2 stories tall. It's a big area to do. And yeah, people have mentioned various times things that would cost like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to do, and I'm just like, dude, I don't have that kind of money. It would be great to just, you know, get a roller out and a bucket of stuff and just, but yeah, it's just too expensive. Now, if I was going to roll something on, I would probably want to do like put fiberglass in it, like fiberglass the whole dome. And someone did ask about that. Why don't I just fiberglass over the entire dome? And I can't use polyester resin because the polyester resin reacts with the concrete, with the cement, and I don't know, it does something bad. But it doesn't matter because polyester resin degrades in the sun anyway, so I'd get, you know, 5-10 years out of it. You know, I could paint over it, but then again, the paint is just going to make it last a little longer until the paint wears through. But anyway, polyester resin, the problem is epoxy is like, I don't know, 5 times the price of polyester resin. And, you know, I did some investigation, and the best price I could get for the amount of epoxy I would need was $10,000. And that's not even counting, you know, the fiberglass cloth. So, yeah, I mean, it was just cost prohibitive. But that was one of the first things that I really investigated that I wanted to put on the roof, because like just a big fiberglass cap glued right to the whole thing, would be great. Although I would still want to make sure the epoxy was going to last a super long time. I don't know how long it lasts in the sun. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was too expensive. Clay tiles was another one. Okay. Well, tiles in general that are made off the building and then are put on. Let me just address that first. If I have hard tiles that I'm putting onto the building, then I mean there are two ways I could do it. Either kind of have them like kind of stuck on there, hanging with space under them. The problem there is, bugs and animals are going to live under there, and I don't want my roof to become a hotel for all kinds of things. So I don't want to just have like tiles with space under them. So I would have to mortar under the tile, stick the tiles down, and since the tiles aren't going to conform to the dome, I'd have to make the mortar pretty thick. So this is going to be adding a lot of weight to the roof without really adding any strength to it. Maybe a little bit of strength, but mostly it's just waterproofing it, adding tons of strength. Okay, and clay tiles, I've gotten a lot of suggestions. I've actually gotten in a few arguments, which is ridiculous, with people who are saying, yo, man, there's a guy on YouTube. He made clay tiles just out of the clay, and he made them and he clay tiled the roof of this shack. And I mean, I don't know how big this shack is, but if it's the one I've seen, it's maybe 100 square feet of roof and, like 9-10 square meters of roof. And maybe it's hard to understand the scale unless you're looking at the thing. But when I stand on the little ledge around my roof and look at it, it is huge. It's about 20 times the size of that little shack. And the difference between doing something once and doing something 20 times is a big difference. So I don't know, maybe it took that guy a couple weeks to make all those tiles and put it up. And multiply that times 20, and it's just too much time. Plus the problem of if I make tiles off the building then put them on, then I got to mortar the crap out of it to get them to stick and everything, and it's just a lot of material. So I'm making the tiles right on the building, and that way they conform to the building and they stick, and they're like perfectly made for the thing, and they're on there. So like when I'm making them, they're actually adhering at the time. And then, what other suggestions were there for doing the roof? Terracotta, yeah.
Painting stuff.
Yeah, painting anything doesn't work.
Oh, somebody wanted to know, well, I guess you might have already covered this, about building the tiles and then...
Yeah, I covered that. Okay. If I build the tiles off the building, then put them on the building, then I just have to use a lot of mortar to stick them down, to fill up all the space so it doesn't get bugs. Because I started doing the tiles, and I have that video on my computer. I have to give it to Dashaina. But I ended up being able to make the tiles really thin, which is nice, because I don't want to add a bunch of dead weight to the roof, because then it'll just add weight to the building, which that's not doing anyone any good. Plus, I don't want to use tons of material, right? So the first smear of mortar that I put on before the plastic sheet, I'm just like smearing it on, like basically as thin as I can make it, and just get it wet with mortar. And then the plastic sheet sticks down. And as long as the mortar is wet, the plastic sheet kind of suctions onto there. And then I'll put the mesh on. And then I think I'm making it maybe like 3 millimeters thick, the top layer of mortar. So the total thickness of my tiles is maybe like 4 or 5 millimeters, like half a centimeter, quarter inch, less than a quarter inch. Definitely less than a quarter inch. Like I would say probably like 4 millimeters. So it's not adding a ton of material. It means I don't need to use a ton of material. And it's cutting down the cost and the weight and the amount of stuff I have to drag up and down. I think I was using about a quarter of a bucket of material. So like, I guess a gallon and a bit, like a gallon and a quarter of mortar per tile, roughly. Yeah. And And having the plastic sheet, I really wanted to have a plastic sheet under whatever tiles I was doing, because the plastic sheet is totally impermeable. It won't let any water in. And so basically the plastic sheet is the one that's doing the job of protecting the roof from water, which is all I really care about. And the tile on top, all its job is to protect the plastic sheet from the sun. And I think it's going pretty well. The ones I've stuck on so far look like they're working very well.
Are you
Nothing's.
concerned about the plastic detaching from the tiles?
Am I concerned about the plastic detaching from the tiles? Dashaina's asking. I did go over this before, but I think I forgot to say it like 10 minutes ago when I started talking. So I put the plastic sheet on first, and then I put the mesh on overlapping above the plastic sheet. So the mesh is getting mortared right to the building. So wherever I have the squares, they're at an angle like this. The top edge is stuck to the building. The mesh overlaps like 10 centimeters ish. So it should stick pretty well. And I'm also putting a little bit of concrete adhesive goop into the mix, the mix that goes on the building. So that should help it stick to the building. I don't know if that'll help the plastic sheet stick at all, but the plastic sheet will just be stuck under there. So even if the plastic sheet doesn't stick at all, it's held by the top edge. Yeah, come on over. What are your questions?
Are you concerned that the plastic sheet will heat degrade over time?
Will heat degrade over time? I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's a concern. Will the plastic sheet heat degrade over time being out in the sun under some concrete? I don't know.
That's what we're gonna find out.
If nothing else, the tiles should still be okay. So even if the building cracks under the tiles, the tiles should be okay. And what?
I'm time traveling.
You're time traveling?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're at it. Yeah. So if I paint the tiles, and I do want to do this, once I get all the tiles on, I want to paint the whole thing with like concrete waterproofing stuff. So then the tiles will also be waterproof. So
you are going to eventually use a concrete waterproofing type paint stuff. Are you concerned about that getting into the water that you consume?
Well, I need to do some research on that. Yeah, I need to look up if that's going to be an issue or not. Obviously, I can't put anything on that's going to
leach into the water,
poison me or anything.
Like filter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And while I've been working up there doing all the stuff, I opened the pipe that comes from the gutter that goes to the water tank, so it just runs through all the cement and stuff. It doesn't go into my water tank.
Cool.
And then I let it rain for like an hour before I close it and let the water go through. Okay. I have to remember to keep doing that.
So I have a few questions.
What are your questions?
The first question is,
are you being adorable?
Yes. I feel so much better today than I did like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, so my last video, you put up the video just on Friday about being sick. Yeah, that was like a week ago, week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's cool now. I didn't die. You're feeling better too. Everyone's feeling better. Everyone's good.
I died. I'm just a ghost.
You died?
Yeah.
I did. It did interrupt my morning exercises though. I haven't done any morning stretches or like my morning exercises for like 2 weeks. Yeah. I started doing a little bit again this week, but then I was thinking, you know what? I'm kind of at a break. Let me start some new thing, because exercising when you do the same thing every few days, every week or whatever, it can get a little tedious. So I was thinking about what I'm going to start. Starting Monday. New thing. I'm going to start a new exercise. I was thinking about maybe making a video because people often ask about, how do you start an exercise program that you're not going to quit?
Right.
And that's always a big consideration. And the short answer is start super easy, like way easier than you want it to be, and slowly increase and try to keep it so that you keep wanting to do more. Because the mistake a lot of people make when they start an exercise program is like the first day, they're like, yeah, I'm going to go as hard as I can. Then they wake up the next day and can't move. And they're like, oh, that was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they quit.
Keep it below, like make it so you want to keep doing more and then slowly increase.
Okay, guys. So just to let you know, we're going to start taking questions now. I know
this part.
Hold on.
If you have a question, write question in the top of your comment in capital letters so we know it's a question.
Also, I just want to say, I know there's been a few questions already, but I really don't want to have to scroll all the way back. So if you could just repost them, and I'll promise to answer them if we haven't answered them already, starting now.
And whenever Dashaina is talking, I'm just going to make faces at myself, and sorry if you think that's weird.
Okay. So,
I don't have a mirror at my house. I don't even know what I look like most of the time.
Okay.
I do look a little like Max Headroom.
The last question that we answered was, won't the plastic sheet heat degrade over time?
I hope not. But
so
maybe.
Let's see where we are. Did you see my suggestion? Terry would like to know if you saw their suggestion on FRP dome hat, sort of like a yarmulke, just for the very top.
FRP, fiber reinforced plastic, fiberglass. I already talked about that.
Okay. The closer.
Yeah, I would love to do it, like just a big fiberglass thing on the top, but yeah, it was just cost prohibitive.
Oh, right.
There's also this stuff, I think it's called polyurea. Mm-hmm. It's what they painted on the Pentagon after it got bombed by, whatever.
Oh, does it prevent bombing?
Yeah, it prevents bombing. I mean, you just paint it on the whole building and it would be like indestructible. But I don't know, I think it's like way too expensive.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, what were you saying?
So Jasper has asked a few times, and I keep forgetting to ask you about this.
Well, you better ask me then.
I don't know what it is exactly.
Yeah, what is it?
But they would like to know if you put
Jasper's probably a boy. You could say he.
I just never know these days.
I know.
I mean, there's this huge controversy, and now a thing on Instagram.
I sent her off on a tangent. I'm sorry.
Your pronoun.
No.
Like, I just don't want to offend anybody.
Well, I'm just going to be the old man and say Jasper's probably a he.
Okay.
So but you can say whatever you want.
Jasper is actually a girl who just decided to use.
Well, then make it Jaspera, because it's confusing for. And I have a unisex name, Jaimie. Totally it could be boy or girl, but.
Because I've pretended to be you on the phone.
I'll be Jaimer. Jaimo. Yo, I'm Jaimo. And then all the female Jaimies can be Jaimas.
Yeah,
Jaima.
I'm
Jaima. I'm Jaimo.
So, Jasper
We're just making the world confusing for ourselves with all these pronoun nonsense.
Jasper would like to know if you plan on making a full-size pop-up boat.
Oh.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, okay. How do you explain it? Basically, if you have a metal container that's sealed, and you have a tube coming out of it. And
so wait, I have a metal container that's sealed.
Yeah.
Totally sealed.
Totally sealed with a tube coming out of it that's also totally sealed.
Okay.
And you get some water in here. Okay. You get water in the metal container. Okay. And then you put the tube into water.
Okay.
So, it's just got water in there. It's like
there's
the
some
air
water in the container.
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter if it's full or not. But let's just say it's totally full of water.
Okay.
And you put a candle under the metal container.
Okay.
It heats up the water.
This sounds like a propane fridge.
It heats up the water and boils.
Yes.
And as it boils, it suddenly expands, right?
Okay.
So it shoves a bunch of water out.
Okay.
And how's the reaction go? Oh, but then some of the steam comes out, or it gets cooled off by the whatever. And then since it suddenly gets cooled off, it sucks water back in.
Okay.
And then that boils again, and it ends up just like squirting and sucking over and over. And it goes pop, 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 pop. Although now I'm not sure, because it might be, anyway, it doesn't matter. That's the basic principle. And since it'll kind of suck from all around, it won't just suck itself backwards. And then when it squirts out, it squirts it in a more directed way. So it ends up propelling itself.
So just one can, totally sealed, one pipe coming out of this totally sealed can going into the water.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's variations on this.
Okay, so that's the basic idea.
Yeah.
Okay, do you plan on making one of those?
No, I mean, I thought about it.
More for amusement.
There were once years ago before I didn't make a video of it. I think it was when I just started making videos. But I was attempting to heat a hot tub with a pot that was sealed and it was full of water, and then a tube that went down to the hot tub water. And I got the thing, I got a big fire going under it, and it boiled the water and shot water out, and then it sucked it back in, and it was doing the thing. It was doing the putt-putt thing, and it was like a like a big thing. Like it would, and
How
you
do
can see it like at the end of the pipe. It was like shooting enough that it was like, you know, stirring up the stuff in the. There wasn't a lot of dirt down there, but there was enough that you could see it like.
So you could like do this with solar panels and like an electric thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what way could you
could.
do it where it wasn't requiring you to use
Fuel?
like?
Dude, I would just use a fire with wood.
Well, that I'm saying, what happens when you run out of wood?
Well,
and
then you
just-
get some more wood.
and stuck in the middle of nowhere. I'm
No,
just
there's
like,
wood all over the place.
oh yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, you could. I mean, the thing is, if you're going to use solar panels, you might as well just run an electric motor.
Right.
So,
I'm just wondering if this
but I'm
would
just saying,
be
it's
more
like
of a-
it's like a very simple steam engine.
right. Okay.
Has anyone? Someone must have done it.
Probably.
I want to see if someone's done it. Like, how well did it work? How good do they have it going? So maybe that would be. I do kind of want to make a steam engine at some point that I can burn or run on burning wood. But I was thinking, you know, the more complicated piston and all that thing.
Yeah.
Not a Stirling engine, though.
Somebody would like,
But
oh,
maybe.
Todd from Rhode Island,
Oh, I used to live in Rhode Island.
which is in the U.S.
I know where the U.S. Rhode Island is the smallest state in the United States. It's like a little piece of rice.
Is it smaller than Hawaii?
Yeah, it's tiny.
Anyway.
Yeah, you can walk across Rhode
I would
Island in
like
4.5 minutes.
That's not true.
That's
I've
not
driven through Rhode Island.
Yes.
It's not 4
You've
minutes.
driven through Rhode Island many times. Remember when we snuck into my school and did? Never
Yes.
mind.
No, we're not gonna say that a lot.
I borrowed some tools. I didn't. Not tools I was taking out. They just had some equipment there. It was right after I graduated. Yeah, I was like, you know, if I just had that pipe bender. So I snuck in, and they wouldn't have been that upset if they knew I was there. But
so
I just didn't feel like asking.
yeah, it happens. So Todd from Rhode Island would like to know: is it hot there, and do you need an AC unit? If so, I will send you an AC unit.
Well, now I want to know the parameters of this AC unit.
Because I really want one that I can plug right into my solar panels, and I found one.
Yeah,
actually
that
does
will run
that.
on DC. Okay, so
Todd, we need to talk about this later. Can you send us an email?
it doesn't get so hot that it would be necessary.
It would be nice.
Yes, it would be nice at times. And of course, it would be nice when the sun is hottest.
Yeah.
So it would be really convenient to have like, because, you know, when the sun is blasting, we have tons of extra electricity. And
there's also like it would be nice if the house was slightly drier, which an AC unit would help with. And so, like, I could hang my clothes in a closet and them not become fresh smelling of mildew. That would be really nice.
That is a pretty typical like tropical issue.
Yeah.
That I mean, pretty much everyone
Todd,
complains
if you feel
about.
like emailing us at Adventure Builder.
The Adventure Builder movie.
Yeah, the Adventure Builder movie at gmail.com. That would be amazing.
You have the email address down here, right?
No,
you didn't do it. You didn't do it.
I freaking forgot.
What?
I could do it right now.
You've had 2 weeks to remember. We didn't do a thing last week because I don't know why. You were being a dick and you were like, I don't want.
Being a dick.
I'm just making that
because
up.
we were still kind of recovering, and so I was trying to catch up on like the house having fallen apart, basically, like in terms of clothing everywhere. And,
yeah.
You know. So
anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Tomaters is here.
Oh, hello, Tomaters.
Hello. The roof.
Oh, it took him a little bit because he was
driving.
He was driving backwards and hit something.
Well, he was getting his coffee made.
Yeah.
In his Adventure Builder coffee cup.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see. Somebody would like to know how
My
about
neck is kind of stiff.
a solar panel lean-to, that way they are replaceable, maybe for Dashaina's house.
Oh, just like make solar panels like this?
Oh, right. He's talking about a roof, if I didn't say that part.
Like just make solar panels for your roof?
Yeah, he was saying, like, at a previous question was, are you planning on making a solar panel roof? I just can't find the question.
No, because you're gonna have a dome, I think, or you pick whatever you want, of course. But what?
Nothing.
Well, if it's your house, what you want to?
We're not talking about my house.
Oh, I don't know then.
Yeah.
Although I was thinking about putting 2 solar panels on the top of my roof. So my roof has a big dome, and then it has a little. Well, I mean, it's like 5 feet across, like 2 meters almost, a hole in the top, you know, to let air out. And right now I just have a fiberglass cap on it. And I was thinking of ditching the fiberglass cap and just putting like 2 solar panels up there, you know, like that. Because I'm pretty sure 2 solar panels would cover it. I just need to make, a little thing to attach them. And then I'd have 2 more solar panels up on my roof in a very convenient spot, and maybe hinge them at the top in a way that's waterproof, so I can, open them whenever I want to get out there and look around. Because, sometimes you got to look out and use your pirate spyglass to see when the Navy's coming to get you.
Right. Somebody would like to know, when the bananas come in bunches, can you dehydrate them between layers, air filters? Yeah, I don't.
Between layers, air filters. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but right now, did I show that I have bananas coming? I did in one of the videos. Yeah.
Because Amber wanted to know if bananas only produced one bunch and then died.
Yeah, each banana. I think I said that in the video. But yeah, once the banana tree makes its bananas, that stalk dies, and they're not like wood. It's sort of like
Fibrous.
super grass.
Yeah, I mean that's what they are. They're not trees.
It's like fat grass. So you can get through it with a machete with a couple whacks, and just chop up the pieces and throw it down around the banana trees, and it'll decompose and feed the banana trees. And right now I have a huge bunch of bananas. There's got to be like 250, 300 bananas. I don't know. It's a lot of bananas. I kind of wish it would like make like 30 or 40 at a time, and then but it's like 250 bananas, and they're all going to ripen the same day. So
no, they don't all ripen.
I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, but like we'll.
You're a little dramatic.
No, you know what happens. We always get to a point where it's like, come on, ripen, and we'll get like 1 or 2 ripening, and then like a week goes by and we've eaten like maybe a dozen bananas, and then suddenly it's like, blam, bright yellow, and it's like, oh no, and kids, eat as many bananas as you can, and then there's like 3 dozen bananas that are turning black, and it's like, oh, we can't eat them. And then we make banana bread, and it's like, bananas, we gotta eat more bananas. But if we take bananas, last time I tried taking some bananas off, putting some in the window, putting some in different places in the house, and they did ripen at different rates a little bit. But the thing I noticed is the bananas I brought to your house ripened at a totally different time.
Yeah.
So I think I need to cut the thing.
Newer.
No, they were from the same thing.
No, I mean, I think they were the newer.
I'm sorry. Do I need to do that again? No, they were from the same bunch.
That's not what I mean.
Yeah, newer on the bunch.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what I just explained. Okay. I don't know what to say now. You just explained to me that reality is not reality, and I don't know.
Just retract what I said.
So anyway, the bananas I brought over here ripened at a drastically different rate than all of the other bananas that I had at my house. So I'm thinking I should cut the thing in half. Do I need to cut it down vertically so they're all the same age, and then bring half of them over here? Anyway, now you're doing the "you're gonna strangle me later" face.
Nope. Okay, Rex would like to know, he says, this house leaks and not the others. And
What?
it's got question in front of it. So say that maybe with a question. Let's try
This house leaks and not the others?
This house leaks and not the others? Maybe
like a lot of things leak. I don't know. A lot of houses leak.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I don't understand.
Many houses leak.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of the question was, but moving on. Okay, so Everlanders says,
My house leaks a little bit. It's getting less though. Like even after I just put the first row of dragon scales on, I've noticed like a bunch of leaks are missing. It's great because there was a leak right over my tool table. And it's gone. Oh, so nice. So I could take off the sheet of plastic I had over there. Yeah. Wait.
Jason says.
Jason, hello, Jason.
Steve Mold just did a deep dive on the principle of the pop-up boats. He was answering a question.
Oh, who did?
Steve Mold.
Oh, I'll have to. Wait, did he make one? Because I don't give a crap about theory. I want to see someone make one. Because
it just says he just did a deep dive on the principle of the pop-up boat.
Yeah, but that sounds to me like he talked about it or something.
Guess what?
Like. I want to see one that's made and going, because the difference between like talking about something, or like even making a what's it called, like a proof of
Prototype?
concept.
Oh, okay.
It's the difference between that and making something that is being used and like being like put through the paces, totally different. So this is why, sometimes you get people who think they're experts in things because they watch YouTube videos or because they read something, and then they can't actually do anything with it. But like a person who's like, I'm doing this and I'm gonna make it work, and then they make the thing and it doesn't work, and they're like figuring out, oh, okay, and then they finally get it to work. Like that person gets a different experience. So maybe we can look into see if this guy actually made one.
I think so, yeah.
And there was a guy who's, I don't remember what his YouTube was, but there was a guy a while ago who was making all these engineering type YouTube videos, and he was making a lot of proof of concept kind of stuff and never really tested any of it, never really used any of it. And people kept sending me like links to this guy, and it was all just useless garbage. I think he ended up disappearing. I haven't heard anything about that guy in a while.
Okay. So Terry would like to know, should there be a law that transgender persons disclose their factual birth gender to a potential suitor? Isn't that fair?
I don't think you need a law.
I mean,
but it's nice if you're like, oh, by the way, we're not going to be able to have kids because...
Jasper did confirm that he is a man. Last time I looked. No, I'm not a Wiggum peer.
Wiggum peer.
Wiggin.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. I might need to have that explained.
I am a man, and I say he and him.
Somebody would like to know Tesla turbine. I was wondering how long it was going to be.
I actually made one of those. No, it's not Elon. Tesla. You know who Nikola Tesla is, right?
Okay, I wasn't sure this was going to be another Starlink.
No, oh god. Yeah, well, if you get Starlink, you can actually run it off a Tesla turbine.
Actually, somebody said you should get Starlink satellite dishes and do the roof.
Oh, get a bunch of used crappy Starlink satellite dishes. Yes. Do they last a long time? Oh, the other roof thing I didn't address was metal.
Oh yeah,
sheets.
The metal sheeting.
Yeah, it's just too expensive.
Or metal tiles, metal.
Well, sheeting. It doesn't matter. It metal sheets too expensive, and then sticking it down, and there's gonna be space under them unless I mortar on
Okay, are you setting it up for him? Okay.
Wait, what were we going on? Oh, Tesla turbine. I made a Tesla turbine many years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like...
So actual Nikola Tesla.
Nikola Tesla. Nothing to do with Elon Musk. Not the Tesla car company.
Yeah.
It's just...
Whose stock has gone down because of the whole...
The whole what?
The whole Bitcoin and crypto, whatever.
So the Bitcoin is affecting Nikola Tesla's new company.
Yes.
Tesla, the car company.
Tesla, the car company.
It has nothing to do with Nikola Tesla, except they used his motor.
Yeah.
Well, his motor design,
his name.
is. Well, yeah, they named him that. As far as I know, anyway, they named the company Tesla because they used Nikola Tesla's motor design.
That was nice of them to.
That is nice to give some credit. Yeah. That was really nice. But I did make a Tesla turbine many years ago.
Okay.
I didn't really do anything with it, but I made one. I mean, I ran it with some pressurized air.
Yeah.
But it was when I was still in my not really doing stuff for real phase of life, when I was at school and stuff.
Yeah. So
after I started doing things for real, I learned the massive difference between doing stuff for real and doing stuff for like proof of concept or a test or whatever. Totally different things.
Apparently Abreca cannot wait for our Starlink merchandise.
Abreca, she?
I don't know.
Or he?
Abreca, we need to know if you are a she, if you identify as a she or he, so we can...
Or another.
Or other, so we can future pronoun you correctly.
Can I get like my own pronoun that's like Superman, like super male, like extra male. I'm super male. I'm the super male.
We could just Sigma.
Yeah, we need. There's like. There's like a list of like 400 different pronouns now or something, and And in Canada,
done
they were
tried a
trying to
lot of
make
things.
people use them, like
Yeah.
legally. It was, anyway.
Okay, so let's see where we are. Okay, if I have missed any questions,
Yeah,
I'm
just
sorry.
write it
Start
again.
recopying them because I wanted to catch up with the chat and I was super behind. So post your questions if you've got them. Include the word question or question marks, and we'll answer them. So somebody says they can't wait
instead of people
our-
calling me him, I think I want people to just call me Manly Man.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Manly
So
Man.
when he was going to the store, when Manly Man was going to the store, Manly Man.
Well, do you have like a shorter pronoun for that?
Hey,
like, do you have a
you didn't call
pronoun
me
for
Manly
that?
Man, and I'm no. You must use the entire thing, or I'm going to get manly on you.
I can't speak that many.
Okay.
Like.
Well, then you're just
syllables
not
at the same
sufficiently
time.
amazing to talk to Manly
I
Man.
guess not, or about you.
No, you can't talk. You can't talk about me. That's right. Yeah, you can talk to me. Right? Yeah, you.
So,
no, you can't even call me you. You just have to call me Manly Man to my
Braca
face.
says I'm gender fluid. My gender depends on the wind direction and relative humidity.
As opposed to the Manly Man, who is always male in all situations. Everything can be solved with a hammer and a club and manly manness and muscles and bones. Mostly bones.
Question: do you use poly or monocrystalline panels? Do you notice a difference between your flexible panels on your boat?
Well, all of them are. Oh crap! I don't know. They're the blue ones with the crystally things. I don't know. I don't remember now. I think they're monocrystalline.
Can you go ask her?
But it's the most common one. It's what everything is, and not everything, but it's the most common one. And my plastic panels are the same, and the plastic panels and the glass panels all seem to be working great. The plastic panels do have a much shorter lifespan. I was told 7 years in the sun. So, like I have those on my boats. So I keep them parked in the shade most of the time, and on my one boat they close, and on my other boat they tilt. So I actually kind of tilt them toward the trees so the sun doesn't hit them very much.
Apparently.
So hopefully they'll last a lot longer.
This is a real word. I'm going to try to.
Oh no, is this going to be a pronoun?
Niploids.
Niploids.
From green bananas. You should eat and cook green bananas.
Wait, niploid. What?
On the end of green bananas.
Eat the dry niploids on the end of green bananas. Like the part that comes out that attaches to the plant? The niploid? Is that the niploid? I would think that would be the niploid. So what do? Like chop it up? Boil it?
I don't know.
Fry them?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Niploids.
Question.
Hey, this guy's like, they're going to try it now.
So Tomato says, hey, Jaimo.
Yeah, that's right. Jaimo.
So Jasper says you're definitely a fan of Captain Orgasmo, South Park.
I actually have no idea what that is.
No.
But I mean, I've seen the South Park, so I can presume.
Dora Ratcliffe. Okay, so now would you assume that Dora Ratcliffe is
she. I would actually think.
From a book?
Dora Radcliffe can't even be called she.
No,
she must be
Ratcliffe.
Oh, that's a totally womanly woman.
But not like a reference to.
You can't call womanly woman her or she. You have to say womanly woman.
Dora Ratcliffe, we need to know if you identify as male.
She's actually transgender and a man, and she's gonna crap all over me. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. I screwed up.
Dora would like to know.
Yeah.
Did you figure out what method to use to dig out the river for your boat launch area?
Yeah, I ended up just using a long spoon mostly. I mean, the two methods that I end up using is mostly either jump in with buckets, which sucks, but it's the fastest. But the second fastest is you have a long aluminum pole. It's like, I don't know, 3 meters long, 10 feet, maybe even longer than that. And then it has like a scooper on the end. It's maybe like 2 or 3 gallon scoop I made out of like PVC pipe stuff. And I'll stick that out and just scoop it up and then dump it on the land. And that works pretty well. I mean, it's not as fast as the buckets, but I don't have to stand in the mud. Yeah. So that's the one I end up doing more often. Eric
Bauerfeld, who sent you a super sticker earlier.
Him. Yes.
It's definitely him.
Him.
Yeah. Anyway, sent your super sticker earlier of like a pair. Anyway, Would like to know, did you ever try growing stuff in Vermont?
I did. We actually got tomatoes one
We had
year.
lettuce
We had a lot of
and
tomatoes.
fava beans
And we had carrots too. We had
and
purple carrots.
strawberries.
Oh yeah, we did. Oh, but the mice kept getting the strawberries. Oh, until we
And
did get some of our strawberries.
Yeah.
We also grew raspberries, which
Yep.
were growing wild, and I took some and replanted them around the dome.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're still growing there.
Oh, speaking of raspberries, my bestie she just discovered they have black raspberries and is sending me root cuttings.
Oh, cool.
So we can
Will they grow here?
They might. We're gonna try.
Who's your bestie? Where's this
Carissa.
person live? Okay, not here.
No. But I think I can plant them in
But now I kind of want to know if there are still raspberry bushes growing around the dome in Vermont.
Hey, when
I don't
you
need
guys
to know that
go to
much.
visit the dome in Vermont, will you let us know if there are any raspberry plants growing around that area? We would.
Yeah, it's funny. That's all I actually want to know. I don't want to know the conditions of the buildings or the land or anything. I just don't want to know.
Raspberry plants. So let's see.
But anyway, when we were there, we did grow a bunch of
We had a
food.
little garden.
Yeah. The only problem is like you get one chance because the summer. One year we got a lot of tomatoes and a lot of really good stuff, but then the next year the tomato plants were growing. They were like, woo, they looked great, and there were a bunch of other stuff growing, and then everything just got too wet one week and like just died, and that was it.
Yeah, and I feel like it snowed early that year too, or something.
Well, no, it was the blight.
Oh, that's right, the blight.
Like everyone was complaining about the blight.
The blight.
It just rained for 2 weeks and now everything's dead. The blight.
So the niploid is the dry brown bit at the end of the green banana.
Oh, at the end.
Flower.
Yeah.
It's the flower at the end of every banana.
The niploid. Oh, that makes more sense.
The end of every banana has the flower.
I would not want banana-shaped ones of those. But niploids.
Go ask Aurora to help you do that, okay? And then you can run around outside. Okay.
Yeah, go chase some chickens.
Okay. Let's see what I think. Maybe the AC unit would dehumidify and give you water too.
Oh, that's right. It does give you water. Yeah, if we were in like an emergency, like ultimate emergency situation.
Or for the washing machine.
Like when Rock Lee eats his chocolate thing.
Yeah.
Ultimate emergency situation.
So a lot of people are having fun with the word niploid.
Sometimes when I wear the wrong kind of t-shirt, my niploids get a little sensitive or show. Actually, I've never had sensitive niploids.
Sometimes my niploids like rub against the inside of my shirt and it just doesn't feel great.
When I used to run track and I used to run distance, I knew some guys who would put Band-Aids over their niploids when they were like running. Like if they were going on a really long run because their shirt would rub on their niploids. But I never had that problem. I think because my pectorals push my shirt out enough that my niploids don't get rubbed.
Yeah, it's true.
It might also just be that I run steady enough that my shirt's not rubbing on my niploids. People will get like bleeding niploids from like running their shirt
bleeding niploids from children nursing right at the beginning. Yeah. Oh, okay. The next question is, how about making a cable slide that also...
What is a cable slide? Is this a...
boat?
Oh, yes. Zip line.
Okay, I have to help Karkanen really quick.
You better go help Karkanen. All right, why don't I make a zip line? I haven't had a zip line question in a while. But, well, for moving boats and stuff, is that what it was? Where's this comment? Oh, okay. I'm just going to presume it's something about moving boats and heavy stuff. Well, I've been thinking about making something for that. And the thing I would really like to make is just like a giant scaffolding, like over the entire boat area. And I was, kind of calculating the cost of it. And it's like $4,000. And I'm just like, man, is that going to be worth $4,000? And I don't know if I can justify that. It would be pretty amazing, though, to have just like a big stainless steel scaffolding over the whole boat area, because then I could lift things up and it would be partly over the land and partly over the water. So I could, have, what are they called when you have a metal thingy with rollers and a winch thing? Oh, gantry crane. I could have gantry cranes up there to move stuff all over the place, which would be great. You could pick the boats up and put them out. But yeah, I'm not sure I can justify the cost unless I like was walking down the street and just found $4,000 suddenly one day. Then might just do it. But I've been trying to think of kind of smaller, simpler ways to like move boats in and out of the water. Right now, I only move one of my boats. I only park one of my boats out of the water, and it's my smallest boat. Well, it's not a kayak, but my smallest boat with a motor on it. And that one I can drag out by hand, so I just do that. And but I want to figure out how to get my other boats out of the water too. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some more thinking about that. And it would also be cool to be able to move like rocks and sand or whatever, just big objects off boats to the land more easily. Although it's not terrible because I can park my boat right up to the land, and the boats are pretty much the same level as the land. Obviously, it depends on the tide, so I can roll things off and on with a wheelbarrow and stuff like that. So my loading and unloading isn't that bad right now, which is probably why it's not a high priority. But it would be really cool to figure out some crane or scaffolding or something to move stuff. I think that would be great. Oh. Someone asked, have I recovered yet from, I mentioned watching some TV shows while I was sick. Have I recovered from watching the TV shows? I don't know. I was watching this English show called Shameless, which is definitely not a kid's show, so don't watch it with your kids.
Were you the one telling me about that show, or did somebody else tell me
about
that
show? Yeah, I told you about it.
Okay.
But I just have it on one of my hard drives because someone gave me a bunch of stuff and it was on there, and I was like, well, let me just watch this. And I wouldn't recommend it or anything. Mm-hmm. Didn't do anything particularly great for my life.
Did you end up watching the Freeman Dyson bomb rocket documentary?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think of that?
It was pretty cool. I think I said something about that a few weeks ago. But it made me think that, we didn't get to have the nuclear powered amazing spaceships because we're just too stupid. It's like the adults came and gave us crayons, and all we would do is scribble on the walls with them. So they had to take them away, and that's what all this nuclear power stuff is like. Like there's so many cool things we could use nuclear power for, but no, we don't get to do that because we're too stupid, and all we want to do is make battleships and do dumb things. Ugh, yeah. Let's set off like 2,000 nuclear bombs, but not do anything cool with them.
We even use it for electricity.
Yeah. So we can have our TVs on all the time. I'm not a super big fan of nuclear electricity. I understand that it solves a lot of problems, but man, when something makes a waste product that like basically never goes away. I know it goes away eventually, but like for all practical purposes, why is that baby covered in markers?
You're so colorful.
So, I mean, it basically never goes away. Like it's not gonna, the radiation from this doesn't go away for such a long period of time that it's just not fair to do that to the future.
Did you get your eyebrows colored?
Plus, we don't need all that energy. We don't need so much energy. What?
Did you get colored?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get colored? Put your skirt down. Okay.
That's a whole other discussion though.
So Ken Wasiki is asking about the houseboat and the big sailboat.
What about them?
Well, he wants to know how's the houseboat doing, or your big sailboat.
Well, the houseboat I gave away and the big sailboat's sunk out there.
Yeah.
I talked about that a couple weeks ago, but the big sailboat I bought, even from the beginning, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to save the hull because it was in really bad shape and was sinking. Had a pump keeping it afloat barely. But all the the masts and the stainless steel cables and all the stainless hardware and stuff was definitely worth more than the price I paid for it. So I got all that stuff off. And then I just wasn't able to do anything with the hull. I mean, I could still refloat it and try to fix it up, but it's in really bad shape. Like the outside surface is all cracked and stuff. So at the moment, it's just sitting there, partly submerged. You can stand on it though and go fishing off it. So it's kind of like an extra little dock out there. But I used the masts. I used one of the masts from the sailboat and cut it into pieces, and that's what holds up my third floor, which doesn't exist yet.
Anders,
I mean, I have some of the joists for my third floor. But...
Anders apparently did not know you had a third kid.
Oh, well, I've got 7. I have 4 kids here.
Yeah.
4.
We have 4 kids together.
We have 4 kids.
So the 4th one is sitting in my lap right now, and she will
boobs.
be 2 years old tomorrow.
Yeah. So there's 3 girls and a boy here.
Yeah.
And then I also have 3 kids it was a donor situation when I was back in Vermont.
Yep.
And yeah,
But
those 3 kids.
And
I do know those kids. They know who I am, and
as your dad.
they talk to their brothers and sisters online sometimes and stuff. But it was like those kids have never like lived with me. It was a different situation.
Yeah.
And then once I had the first one, you were like, "Hey, I want kids too. Come on, hook me up." And I was like, "I don't know. We don't get along, and it's just bad." And then you were like, "Come on, I just want some kids. Just let me mooch off your food and live in your house for free, and then I'll give you some kids." And I was like, "All right, fine." Exactly how it went. Actually, well, it doesn't matter.
Can you stop fighting me? No, you're done. Go play. Yeah, go play. No, you're not Milky's. You're biting me. Okay, go play. You can take.
Oh, and the reason I want to have so many kids is because I think the world needs more Jaimies.
Speaking of needing more children, so yeah, there was a whole thing that our favorite person in the universe, Elon Musk.
Why do you say it like that? I don't know anything. I don't know enough about him to say.
I say that because it's like I don't know who he is.
No, it's because people keep asking me about things
him.
About Elon Musk.
Well, apparently he has 10 kids now.
Yeah, he's
You're 3 short, buddy. You better catch up.
Well, how do you get 10?
Well, as far as I understand the news,
you don't just get 10 just by like accident.
No, they were on purpose because he thinks that the world is not.
He thinks the world needs more smart people, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm totally with him on that. I'm glad he's making more babies because he's a smart guy and he's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he, I think, has the twin gene, like, so he ends up with like multiples.
Oh yeah. Like naturally.
His first 5 kids, as far as I know, were multiple triplets and twins and triplets, and the twins I think were natural. The triplets I think were not.
Okay.
But
I was gonna say that's pretty high success rate.
But I think the second time was in vitro.
We do have a friend who did I went to the doctor and paid the money and said, "Make me have lots of babies."
That's super efficient. It's like you're getting it all, like you're using all this energy.
I'm a little wary of medical intervention in childbirth, though, because
I wouldn't do it.
I mean,
I personally wouldn't do it because I know what's required in order to get to the point of the in vitro. It's like the shots. I'm like, no, thank you. But
I'm just wary of medical intervention in general because I don't know. Like I just want that stuff to go naturally and not mess up the what has been developed through evolution for a long time.
Yeah. There is a lady apparently in Africa who is like, well, now she's probably like 45 or 6 or something, but she has 39 children because she has a gene that actually naturally produces like 3 and 4 children in like a cycle.
Should I answer the general Elon Musk question?
Probably, yeah.
So, people ask me a lot of questions about Elon Musk, like, what do you think about this that Elon Musk is doing, or he said this or this, and I think that the guts of the question people are asking me is basically, Jaimie, you say a lot of the same things as Elon Musk, but there's a significant difference. What is that? And I think the main difference between me and him, like we have a similar I mean, besides that, I'm super manly and he's less manly than me. No,
You guys are like the same height, I think. No, he might
it
be a
doesn't
little
matter.
taller.
No, we both have like the basic same theme, or what's the word? The basic same motivation in our lives, which is like we're trying to figure out how to make the world better and help the
Yeah.
human race kind of continue into a positive future kind of thing, right? And the significant difference is that he's operating under the presumption that everything's pretty much okay and we just need to progress from here.
Right.
And I'm operating under the presumption that we've already gone too far down the wrong road. We need to backtrack and then we can make progress. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So like the way he's doing things, he's using all of the systems that are currently set up. Like he's using our current civilization to continue forward, which that was when I made the decision that I made, which was like to kind of back up and get smaller and more detailed with my life and try to get more connected with the earth and stuff. I did think about the other option. I just chose to backtrack because I just think that we've made too many mistakes to continue on. It's kind of like when you get on that thing that's heading toward the Massachusetts Turnpike and it's just like, oh, I can't get off now. Oh, now I'm gonna have to pay the toll and I gotta drive like 5 miles down the stupid road, pay the toll, get off, then come back the other way, then I can get back to where I was. And actually I think it's worse than that. I think we're heading toward a dead end, and I think the civilization we've built right now is kind of on a decline, and it kind of has to fall apart to a large degree before we can progress. But he's operating under the presumption that it can still be saved and kind of continue. Although I don't even know that for a fact. Maybe he's thinking the same thing I am, but he's like, well, let me squeeze some stuff out of this before it dies.
Right.
And then so I don't know.
Yeah.
But just in terms of like the way we're doing things differently, that's the basic principle that's different.
Right.
So so he's more like, let's continue the mass production and the more technology and all that stuff. And I'm more like, let's get rid of mass production and have people be more independent. Like I don't want everyone to drive the same car and to have a job that requires money to pay for everything, and everything they want to do they have to buy. I want it to be more like, let's put all that crap aside, and how about everyone, and this is pretty far-fetched at the moment, but I think it would be great if everyone was growing their own food, for example, and could build their own houses and stuff, or at least have the understanding of that stuff enough that they can make good decisions regarding it. Because one of the major problems I think our civilization has today is that people are so disconnected from everything around them, they can't make any good decisions based on anything. It's like, I want to go fast, Mom! And that's the whole decision. I want to go fast because it makes me feel good right now, and it's like a quick adrenaline rush, and it's like, well, what are you destroying to get all that? And we've become so focused on getting the luxuries we want that we're not getting the stuff we need.
I'll have a work to get you.
Like, yeah, I think that's the base. I think that's one of the major problems with our society is we're so focused on what we want, we've lost track of what we need. So like what we want is like a phone that can do 100 other things, 8,000 TV channels and like internet and fast car and fast everything and, instant gratification, everything. And we're forgetting about like human connections, being able to take care of yourself, be independent in some way. So, yeah.
Karina would like to know.
Yes,
definitely she. I actually have an email going with her. She
really?
is the author that wants to send us 5 of her books to review.
Oh, that's cool.
And maybe plug in a upcoming show after we've read them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she has sent them to us, so they should be here.
So these are good books then, I take it.
She writes children's
books.
Well,
we'll see.
And she's on my Instagram. She's
Oh.
pretty. She's got some pretty cool illustrated books.
I
Anyway,
barely know what Instagram is at this point.
It's okay. She wants to know: have you ever seen the Back to Eden documentary with Paul Gacci? I'm loving his simple approach to growing food. Also, his technique for pruning apple trees. It's awesome.
No. There's some other thing that people recommended a couple weeks ago, and you were supposed to look it up. Oh, I remember. You were supposed to look it up.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, back to Eden. Write that down. We'll have to check that out.
Karina, can you send us an email with that? Because that would make my life
Baby's
a little easier.
stripping.
You leave your clothes on? No, you're wet. Oh, you have salt or something. Oh.
So maybe that's on YouTube.
Yeah. It might
One
be.
thing I would recommend people watch is Garbage Warrior. With that's the guy who made Mike Reynolds, the guy who made the Earth ships.
Right.
I gotta give you a warning though. It's a little depressing. I mean, the first half is amazing, and then it's just the guy gets mired in politics, and it's so just. But other than that, it's really cool. It's amazing.
Do you like Randy Feltface, the purple puppet?
Randy Feltface, the purple puppet.
I don't know who that is.
Probably sounds like a cool dude to me.
Yeah.
Is he Randy?
What are your?
Wait a minute. Randy Feltface, the purple puppet. Sounds suspicious. Let's move on.
So I feel like we've had this conversation too. Ken Wasiki is asking, what are your thoughts on eugenics?
Well, I think that government issued eugenics is no good, which kind of goes along with my
issued anything.
Yeah, it goes along with my general idea that we need to get off laws and governments governing people, and we need to get on morality. And I think that people taking an interest in their own, future survival, in this, in the future of the human race, in terms of trying to have smart kids who are healthy and all that. I think that's great. I think that's what has gotten the human race and all the animals to the point where we are today on an individual basis. But it should never be governed by any kind of government or laws.
Mark is watching.
Mark. Hey, Mark.
Your brother.
Yeah, I figured. Hey, Mark. What are you doing, Mark? Right now, my face is in Canada right now doing that to my brother. Hey, Mark. What are you doing, man?
Just asked about the quilt that's behind us. And the person who made it her name is Anna Copley. And she is an accomplished quilter. She's made many quilts for my family. And
this is a very nice quilt.
This is one of them, and it's quite beautiful. It's really intricate. I don't know if you can see it, but these are all machine embroidered, and each one of the little white areas has a
you can't see this on the camera, but it's like got a whole embroidery thing right here.
Each one is
maybe
different.
You can see it a little bit.
Each one is different.
Oh.
And the quilt is it's the size that fits over, it's a square, and it's the size that fits over a queen size bed. But it's supposed to be for the bed, but I didn't want it to get dirty, so I made it hanging instead. And
a tapestry.
A tapestry. And
a tapestry.
When I put my bed up in the daytime, because my bed goes up so the kids stay off of it.
Why are tapestries Scottish?
I don't know.
Because they have them in Scotland in their castles, tapestries.
Tomators just gifted 5 Jaimie Menzel memberships again.
No way! I don't know what that means still, but that's okay.
That he gave 5
I believe you. It's a thing.
Memberships to your YouTube channel per month.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's kind of like Patreon. So like if you had tiers in where you did different things.
Hey, keep that baby's bum out of here.
I speak, girl. So are you secretly a Highlander?
I am a Highlander.
Sit down.
I like to wear me kilts. Actually, no, I have. Well, I don't know. I might have some Scottish blood in me.
Where's Rora?
But my dad's side of the family is German, but then my mom's side of the family is all like UK-ish. There might be some Scottish in there. There probably is, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite character in Samurai Jack is the Scotsman.
Could you use the crane that you have not made to dredge?
Well, that's another consideration. Yeah, I mean...
You read that out loud in Scottish.
Did someone just tell me to... Fuck off.
So Sean McGuire says, yo, Jaimie.
Sean McGuire.
Yeah.
He's Irish.
Yeah. And maybe your cousin.
Wait. I don't think I have. Oh, my distant cousin that I don't know about.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Somebody would like to know, have you heard about the Zeitgeist? Is that saying it right? Zeitgeist?
I think so.
Project?
Well, I have not looked into that in quite some time, but many years ago when I looked into that, I watched a movie where some guy explained many of the problems with the world very well. He very well defined the problems of the world and then came up with completely asinine solutions to the whole thing. Oh, someone just got angry at me. But it was basically just...
You're naked. You don't have your clothes on. You go sit
Yeah,
down.
it didn't make any sense to me at all. It was like, the basic principle was like, let's get off money and just get on a resource-based economy. But what is that? That doesn't change anything. Like whether your resources are being shuffled around by money or being shuffled around by without money. I mean, if you still have stupid people making dumb decisions, it doesn't matter. Like who's going to be in charge of divvying up the resources in this, superior way? Like it's just going to be communism all over again.
Oh, so apparently Randy Feltface is an Australian puppet, adult humor, but very funny. Mark
adult
is
humor,
making
okay.
waffles, and he would like to know how you're doing.
Well, do the waffles have ice cream on them? Because if they don't have ice cream on them, I don't think I want chicken on my waffles.
Chicken and waffles?
No, chicken and waffles. That's not...
You cannot come. You have no clothes on. Sit down. Sit down then. Okay.
Waffles and ice cream sound great right now, and maple syrup. Oh.
Krina would like to know if you have watched Outlander.
So I watched Outlander. What was it? The first season up until the prison scene.
Season?
Yeah, I did.
With me?
Not with you,
okay, I didn't think
but
so.
you were going on about it. I was like, all right, well, let's see what this thing.
The prison episode.
Yeah, and after the prison episode, I was like, I think I shouldn't say it. Can I say the F word?
No.
I was like, F this.
Yeah, that was.
Some horrible woman wrote this and was like, oh.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah.
So let's see.
And at that point, I was just like, I don't need any more of this crap. Before that, it was very like, just like it's a girls fantasy thing that doesn't make any sense and is nonsense. But I was like, well, all right.
Time traveling is involved. It's
and it was all about a guy who's just all the men are in love with this woman.
Sit down.
Doesn't matter. Anyway.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, once it got to the prison scene, I was just like, enough. That's enough.
So I think Ken Wasigi has been out of the loop for a while because all the questions that Ken has asked this time have been from
all right, what's he got? Come on.
So he wants to know how the digester thing is going.
I don't know. It might be amazing. I haven't tried it. Supposedly it's working. I just need to hook up a tube and then test it out. And I think the reason I haven't is because I feel I don't know. Is it gonna work? I don't know.
Marcus says the waffles are raspberries, chocolate, and syrup.
Let's see.
I think you would take the raspberries out, but the chocolate and syrup would work. Or take the chocolate out and put the raspberries.
I don't know. I haven't been eating sugar for years, so I don't know. I would eat maple syrup though, or honey. So somebody. Oh, apparently Dora is finally answered my question and says I do identify as a womanly woman. Womanly woman, I knew it.
Yeah.
We can hang out because I'm a manly man.
Dora, wait. You guys can be friends now.
Well, I don't know actually. Can a manly man hang out with a womanly woman? Or or is it like two opposite ends of the spectrum? I don't know. I feel like a manly man and a womanly woman could hang out together and be totally fine.
It could be totally fine.
Yeah.
Because you're like each your distinct.
Yeah, because I'd be like, yo, I'm a manly man. She'd be like, oh yes, I'm a womanly woman.
Yeah.
Exactly like that, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't do the womanly woman part right because I'm a manly man. I don't know what womanly women do or think or any of that.
You don't know what women think in general.
Yeah. I just think women think, how can I make Jamie's life as difficult as possible?
Yeah, I know.
What's the worst thing that I could possibly say to Jaimie right now that would make him super stressed out and like annoy the crap out of him?
Yep.
Yeah? What would that be?
Apparently Dora says you guys could hang out.
Oh yeah, we can totally hang out.
Yeah, Dora, you should come visit.
Come visit, man. Let's hang out.
Visit. So, let's see. Sit down. Sit. Joseph is saying something about
Joseph Blowmeister. Hello,
It's
Joseph
saying
Blowmeister.
something about aluminum roof tiles from pop and beer cans.
Oh God. Yeah, this
But I
comes.
think
This
him
comes
and Ken are
back
having
to.
a conversation about this,
Yeah.
so I missed part of it.
I know they might be talking about something, but in terms of my roof, this comes back to the massive scale. Like the amount I would need is just insane.
Oh, okay. Ken is up to date. He was just following up with his questions that he had asked.
Oh, very good, very
previously,
good.
I guess so. So there's that.
I'm not up to date. If anyone wants to catch
Apparently,
me up,
this
that'd be great.
conversation is turning dangerously taboo with heterosexual.
Oh, we've gotten way too taboo. I mean, I talked about manly men and.
Lappy Top says that regarding the
Where do
gas.
these people get these names? Lappy Tap.
Top.
Lappy Top.
Says,
He was like, well, Brian Smith. Oh, it's taken. Well, let's try Brian Smith. No, it's taken. He tried his various versions of his name. Then he's just like, fine, Lappy Top.
Well, he was like, what would my 5-year-old call this machine?
Lappy Top.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the question?
So you were talking about the gas digester and
Yeah.
and about testing it, and he said it's called a test.
Yeah, it would be a test or a fart test. Well, I feel like I would call it a fart test because I'm actually testing the farts.
Yeah.
But it would also be a test.
Shot test.
And the stupid thing is like this thing may be making all this methane that I'm just not using right now that I'm
Yeah.
wasting.
It could be.
And I'm gonna have to stick a tube on it and see. Okay,
Move on it.
I have a mild concern that I'm gonna blow up the entire tank.
I don't think that happens.
Well, as long as
You're gonna light.
you just have to make sure there's not oxygen in it. No, you have to light the thing.
Yeah, but you could have a. Oh, I get what you're saying.
But if it has enough air in it with the stuff, it would actually ignite and explode. But supposedly, I mean, the presumption is it would fill with methane, push the rest of the air out, and then it would be safe until the methane, because the methane won't burn on its own. It has to get out into the oxygen. That's why it won't burn down the tube and explode.
Lappy Top wasn't
So it
talking
should
about
be
that.
fine.
He was saying, test equals woman testing what you put up with.
Oh God, yeah, that. Oh.
Yeah.
See, I'm comfortable if I meet a woman and she tests me at the beginning, fine. But like, don't keep doing it. Seriously. Like once I pass the test, you gotta back off and just be like, okay, now I'm not just spending all my time screwing with you. We can actually hang out and be human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of hanging out and human beings, so somebody suggested that you need to find a good girlfriend. How are you planning on doing that?
How am I planning on doing that? I'm working on it.
Well, you've talked about going out and becoming more social.
I'm gonna be more social. I'm gonna be more social and go do some socializing things.
Like what? You realize people are involved in.
Yeah, I know.
socializing,
I gotta talk to people and stuff.
and not be offensive.
Not be offensive.
Right away.
Well, I think I can be offensive, just my normal amount of offensiveness. Because if I go do my, my charismatic normal guy thing, then I'm gonna attract the wrong person, the wrong type of people.
Yeah.
But if I go and just be, normal amount of offensive, then all the horrible people are gonna go away, right?
Not necessarily.
Ah, crap. I don't know.
You might need to be slightly more charismatic.
I can actually be
I know you
charismatic
can.
when
Yeah, I know.
want to be. I just usually don't.
Yeah, I think you
'Cause
should
usually-
be a little bit.
I'll work
Just
on
a
it.
little bit.
I'll try.
Just a little bit.
I'll smile and
Because see, here's the
See,
thing.
I'm
We're
really-
all out there, and she's just a little, not.
Yeah.
She's
she's not ready
Yeah.
for my level of
You have your level of
manly
offensiveness.
madness. The thing is, why am I
I'm
so
just
horribly offensive?
You're not horribly.
Oh, I'm horribly offensive.
Intentionally. It's
No,
like a
that's- I
social
know-
awkwardness,
no, it's-
like our social thing.
It's not social awkwardness. It's just that what I think is offensive is different than what most people think is offensive.
Right.
And
just think
I
just tone
don't,
it
and
down a
I
little bit,
choose
is all
to
I'm
not
saying.
recognize
Right, but
the bull crap that most people think is offensive.
right, but you can't like come right out of the gate with that.
Yeah, I get you.
You got to get around the track a couple times.
Hey, I think I can
first.
come right out of the gate with that as long as I'm being charismatic enough. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to practice
Yeah, you're gonna practice
my
that.
charisma.
Yeah, I think
My
it's a good idea.
charisma. Oh cripes.
Um,
So yeah, I'm gonna try to be more
Did
social
you
and
make
do
a-
some. I'm gonna try to go to some events and stuff.
yeah, and, like hang out with people,
Oh yeah.
and you might have to ignore a lot of things they say.
I guess.
Yeah.
Usually when I meet people, this doesn't always happen. Most of the time.
Most of the time
And I don't really hear anything they say anymore.
it's obvious.
Oh, I'm sure it's obvious
Yeah.
because I'm not trying to hide
So
it.
maybe you should work on that part,
Oh,
to making it less obvious
alright.
that you're not paying attention.
Alright.
You know.
Pretend I'm
Yes,
patient.
just pretend. I know it's hard.
I can do it. I know how to talk to people if I want to talk to people.
I know.
It's okay.
Maybe want to is the thing, the key thing. There.
No, but if I'm going to be social, I'm gonna go be social.
Yeah, just make the best of the experience opportunity.
No, you
Okay.
can't say that because that sounds like it's gonna be horrible.
No,
if
it's gonna be
if it's
great.
horrible, I'm just gonna leave.
No, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So let's see. There was a question.
There are no like social things right around here though. I'm gonna have to like go all the way to town or whatever.
How are the bunnies and animals doing? I've seen some bladder biodigest in response
That was
to those
two different
I
things.
just realized, yeah.
Your animals are doing great, right?
Okay.
Your eggs are actually making
Yeah, because I
chickens now.
solved the problem.
I said
Not
your eggs.
making
Your chickens are making eggs.
Yeah.
Well, technically, they are making chickens.
No, I mean maybe.
Well, anyway,
There are roosters
but you kick the roosters out of the
during
chicken
the
coop,
daytime.
so they're
Yes.
not harassing the hens.
Right.
So the hens can actually lay the eggs.
Yeah. I think
And now
that
you're
was a big
getting
problem.
eggs.
Well, they're also not eating the food.
Yeah,
which I
those
think is the
roosters
big
are huge
problem.
and fat, and they're just like. "Rah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
so-
were like bullying their way in there too. I
Yeah.
stood in there for like 2 hours one day watching the like whole.
You stood there for 2 hours.
I did. I actually sat there. It was one
Learning
day,
about
son's
chickens.
baby, like trying to figure out what they do and don't do.
Yeah. So getting the roosters out of the way
Yeah.
helps the hens
It
make
does.
more eggs.
It really does.
Yeah, I
So,
can buy that.
Somebody, Vasco Zuzu says.
You need to get those roosters who are like, yeah, go hens, do it.
Yeah, that's why I kick mine. I just don't feed them. If you don't lay eggs, you don't get fed. You find your own
Yeah.
food in the yard.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how it
there's
goes
plenty
now.
of crabs and
Yeah.
stuff they can get.
Oh yeah, there's totally plenty of crabs.
And
And I know they can get off the
grasshoppers
island
and-
because I saw Hank.
Oh, he made it off the island and got back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hank.
So
He's
Hank.
the big white rooster.
he's the big
Oh, he's huge. You have to eat him. We gotta eat him for like 3 days.
Zach might object to that.
Oh, Zach likes that one, right?
That-
Yeah, as one of our neighbors.
Yeah, he might object to that. So the baby's falling asleep
Yeah,
on my bill.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So question, can we see more of the land?
More of the land. My land?
Well, I'm guessing this is your show. They're talking about
Oh
your
yeah, my land. Well, like my island or like
or like our properties.
the properties in general? Because I have a few other pieces of an island. My island is Manly Man Island.
Yeah.
Your island is
My island.
Dashaina's island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no pronouns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her
I
island's
think so.
hilarious.
Yeah, just specify. Do you want to see more of the land in general or more of my island specifically?
Yeah, Karina would like you to do more videos on the food forest. I'd love to see how those develop all over the world.
Oh man, the food forest. The thing with that is like
It's not happening right now. Oh well, I mean
no,
on your island.
it's happening.
Yeah.
It just happens slowly.
I want to turn the.
I try to every
farm
once in a
property into
while.
forest.
Well, yeah, but every once in a while, I try to get a few shots of the trees. But it's like, oh look, it grew that much. I mean, it's like if you saw it and then saw it a year later, there would be a significant difference. But it's going. I think I showed it a little bit in one of the videos recently.
Yeah.
I'll keep kind of showing little bits of it here and there, and then. Well, the other thing is with trees, they kind of seem to like grow exponentially. Like they start real slow at the beginning, but once they start grow, it's like rah! So we'll get to that point. But right now, all the trees I planted.
Ended on his suggestion about showing the land and
Yeah.
said all the land of islands to see what you've done that we might not have seen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. ones that
Well,
are
the
most
the
relevant.
big piece of land we have, which we call the farm,
Yeah.
because I was farming it for a while
Until
until
the
the
cows-
neighbor's cows trashed
Neighbor's
it.
cows.
I have to put up a fence.
Yeah.
Over there, I mean, there are a bunch of paths through the property, and whenever I find a downed tree, I'll cut it into boards and drag it out of there. I've shown that a few times, but that's all that's really going on over there.
A. Brecca says you
I'm
should
gonna have to build a fence
you
at
should
some point,
park
though.
another sailboat in front of your home to attract people.
Does that attract people? It attracts the wrong people.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Dan Duvall, who
Maybe I should put a big sign on my island that says party.
looking for hot chicks.
Party. Yeah, looking for hot chicks. That's it. Party here. Oh God, I get the worst people. Drunk people would show up.
Dan Duvall, who I think.
How do you meet
Wait, I
girls
just wanna
who
finish this
aren't into
sentence.
Filthy
Yeah, that
Friday
doesn't work
and
out.
not drunk?
I think you're gonna have to start with that and then filter through them.
Yeah.
Dan Duvall, who I think is secretly a fan of mine, says you could search for 20 years and not find anyone to compare to Dashaina, in my opinion, but I'm just here for the fiberglass.
Yeah. If only you knew.
How are the banana trees going, Palms?
The funny thing is
I don't know.
people see us on here and they think everything's fine.
Yeah.
They don't see as soon as it turns off, you're like throwing shoes at me and like
because that's my
like I have a big no,
into
I'm just kidding.
submission.
No, we don't have that kind of problems.
Yeah, no, I don't think we do.
No.
We just have other issues.
We get along fine as long as
Yeah.
we're not like spending any time together. I mean, we can hang out a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's more of topics that we can get into.
Yeah, we have to avoid whole huge areas of
Conversation
and just topics in general and just
I wouldn't say it's huge. I think it's
Well, you can
fairly
probably
cons- I
watching
think it's
this, you can
fairly-
probably see when we like nibble into one a little bit and suddenly Dashaina gets this face and I get this face.
Yeah.
Do the face?
No, I'm probably doing it right now.
It's the fake smile.
The Vaseline smile, that's what we call it. Because in cheerleading, you're the trick
No.
to keeping a smile on your face the whole time.
You put Vaseline in
Vaseline
it?
across your teeth.
Does it stick your lips?
No, it keeps you from closing your mouth.
Oh, because it's like gross?
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
It's terrible.
Give me a kiss, baby. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fine.
So let's see. Question.
I feel like I was in the middle of something.
Yeah,
and
we
got-
were talking about something.
Oh. Oh, well, what's the next thing?
Next thing is, how are the banana trees going? Palms? I don't know.
Well, I have that one banana tree with that huge thing of bananas on it, so I'm gonna get those. I mean, it's still gonna be a couple months. Wait,
Which I
when
don't
you,
know.
I can't remember now. Once you get the bananas and they're out and they're like the thickness of my thumb, maybe a little thicker. It's still like a while, right? It seems like it takes forever for the bananas to really finish. But I don't know. In a month or two, I'll have some bananas. And I need to plant more banana trees. But the thing is, I want to do a bit of landscaping on my island before I plant banana trees there, because I don't want to plant a bunch of banana trees and then realize I wanted to like level out a spot and wreck all the banana trees or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's just so many things
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Question.
But you have some bananas growing here too.
I do.
Yeah.
How does Biggest Land have good enough soil to grow enough food on it? Maybe a motor tiller on it.
Well, it's definitely big enough to grow enough food. I mean, I think I could grow enough food just on my island.
Well, you only need like a quarter acre, I think, if you really
do it.
focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could grow enough food on my island if we like
Yeah, if you
made the
just did
soil
it.
all like yeah.
Yeah. And the soil's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's great. It's like kind of dense clay a lot, but
Yeah.
it's not bad.
No,
It's all right.
could be worse.
Could be worse. Could definitely be better, but it could also be worse. And I've been working on soil at my place a little. And the fart machine, the methane producing machine, it also, one of the byproducts is fertilizer, like stinky water fertilizer.
Yeah.
Like
compost tea.
compost tea. That's what we'll call it. Compost tea. So yeah, I have a little valve I can open, and then compost stinky tea comes out, and I can pour that on plants, which I've done a few times. I don't know if I want to do it to the new trees, because like I don't want to accidentally like
Kill them?
kill a
'Cause
tree.
We only have one of those.
I know I only have one of each of those trees, so I'm like, oh, I don't want to kill like my cherry tree or the
Yeah.
whatever. But maybe if I get some of that and just water it down. But yeah, I don't want to risk killing something.
I think maybe you could test it on like something you could make a lot of.
Yeah.
Upper
Well,
plants.
no, I've tested it on like banana trees and like all the trees that are out in front of my house and all those beans. I've poured it on all that stuff and it seems to be good. Yeah.
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 Maybe
No,
try it on one of the trees. We have a couple of like
Yeah,
cashew
all
trees.
those new trees
You can
are
come
all
try it on my cashew trees because one of
Alright.
them's gonna probably have to come down.
all right. Yeah, but it'll work.
Well, then do it.
But like I don't know if it's gonna work on all the trees.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I have to have like a reduced concentration, water it down.
Maybe just reduce it.
Like a big enough tree, even if it's too concentrated, the tree will be able to handle it. But like a new tree, a seedling, you know, they're all delicate and like, oh, don't kill me.
Yeah, it's true. So maybe you should wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know.
I think I should do some just really watered down.
Are we going to see your shack island? Did you refer to something as a shack island? Which island are we talking about? I mean, there's like 6 of them, so I don't know.
I don't know what the shack island is.
Okay, so you're gonna have to specify because we have my island and Jamie's island, and then
that's the only islands that anything has been built on.
And then we have 2 other
Oh
islands
no,
that
there's
don't
another
have anything
island.
on, and then we have a 3rd island that's like our rental island, and then
Kind of rental. I mean,
and then Jamie's island that's attached is like a little island he has that's kind of attached to his big island.
Maybe the shack island is the one our friends are living on.
I'm wondering if that's which one they're talking about.
Maybe.
So
I don't know.
We'll find out.
It's a dome. It's a dome pretty much like the workshop on this island, just a fiberglass dome.
Somebody wants to know, will you try canning bananas?
Will you try canning bananas?
I don't know.
Oh. We have a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm in a month or 2 or however long it takes. I'm gonna have a ton of bananas.
Val would like to know, do y'all use a dehydrator to preserve any of your excess food? You can build one if you don't have one.
Well, a sunny day, you can just lay stuff out on a sheet of stainless steel. Like I have a few sheets of that, and
I plan on eventually getting a dehydrator.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But right now I'm just.
I had one in Vermont years ago.
Yeah, I remember it.
I used to blender stuff and put it in there and make fruit leather.
Yeah, I remember
fruit
something
roll-ups.
like that. That in the juicer.
Yeah.
The little plastic juicer.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Did apples.
Yeah, I would love to dry out some bananas. We should make some banana chips next time. The bananas. When I get this next thing of bananas, I did dry out a whole bunch of mangoes that year. We got like 300 mangoes. I dried out probably like, I don't know, 150 of them or something. And those are great, but they just didn't last long because they're so delicious.
Apparently, Karina is excited
so
about
delicious.
our baby cherry moya tree, which I have one. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that's right.
I tasted a fruit years ago here in the UK, and it was delicious.
That's what people keep telling me.
Right from the tree in their native area.
Yeah, people have told me those are amazing, so I really want that tree to grow. Yeah. So you have one.
I have one.
That's looking pretty good.
Yeah, now that we cut that tree down, that was
blocking it. Yeah.
Up the sun.
How long do you think it makes a fruit?
I don't know.
Yeah, mine is barely, like, it's just a little tiny thing right now.
Maybe soon, because like it's about the height of, but I think it needs more leaves, which is
yeah. Well, I think yours grew real tall because it was trying to get to the sun, but it was totally blocked by this other tree. But now that that tree's out of the way.
Yeah, I had 2.
Oh, really? One died?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, mine's still alive, just growing slowly.
For Jaimie, what has been your sketchiest, most dangerous work environment?
Well, the thing that comes to mind right now is working on the roof because I'm standing on a ledge that's like
6 inches.
A little more than that.
8 inches.
Maybe 8 inches. Yeah.
Yeah, balancing on 8 inches must be hard.
Well, there's also the building right there, so I can not really lean against it, but I can steady myself with that. But yeah, whenever I'm up there, I'm always like, okay, I have to be very conscious of my balance. And every once in a while, I'll be like, oh. But no, I've never gotten to the point where I'm like, whoa. It's just like, yeah.
You're not going up there throwing back like 6 packs or anything.
No, I go up there and I'm like very focused on what I'm doing and very much paying attention. But I also have a bunch of poles up there right now going from the bottom, like
the
up.
one I asked about yesterday.
Yeah, you're like, what's that pole? Well, there's poles sticking up like above the part where I stand on, and I want to run a rope around that to make a little railing.
Yeah.
Which I did when I was first making the roof. I had that all along the front because the back side, I mean, the ground is
You could
it's not
jump
that
from
low.
your roof to the land, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It looks like it's really pretty close.
No, it's pretty close. You could jump that easily. But on the front, it's like, it's a pretty tall drop.
Yeah.
Either to concrete or to a level that's like several feet below.
Who's a superhero says, "Sup, Jaimie."
Sup, Jaimo, Jamer.
Question for Jaimie. That question. How's the Ken Wasiki wants to know how's the fishing situation? Is that your main protein?
People keep asking me about fishing, and I keep saying I need to start fishing again, and I haven't done it yet.
It is not our main source of protein. I would say the main source of protein right now is eggs and canned beef.
Canned beef. Dashaina canned a bunch. Yeah, it was in one of my videos. I showed some canned beef,
Which hasn't posted yet.
I've also been getting a lot of beans.
Yeah.
You know that bean plant in front of my house.
Breakfast beans, the cheery kind of beans.
Yeah, the little brown beans. Those things are growing like crazy. I've also started planting some lima beans. I want to get some bigger beans going. But the beans that have been most successful are these little tiny beans, and they just make tons of them.
We call them here. We know them as breakfast beans.
Breakfast beans, yeah. Probably because they take the shortest amount of time to cook.
Yeah, I think so.
So you can maybe have them for breakfast.
Yeah, I've made them for breakfast before.
But they come out really good,
they're
and
slightly
they're like
sweet. At least they have a very distinct flavor.
To me they taste like better than any dry beans I get from the store, and I think it's just because they're fresh, And I've been getting a lot of those. And I want to replant those somewhere where they can have a big trellis and thing to grow up onto, because right now it's just like there's a couple sticks in the ground, and they're growing up that and up a few trees.
Banana tree spiders.
Oh, I love banana spiders.
Aren't they awesome?
Yeah.
They're so pretty. Anyway, every time
there might be different kinds, but the banana spiders I'm thinking of, they're like
a long white speckled body.
Yeah, they're probably like that big around, like the legs.
They have some color in them, like greenish
They're
and stuff, reddish.
Yellow, black, and white.
Maybe it's yellow, black, and white.
Yeah,
I've seen
they have really cool patterns.
On some of them, maybe.
And as far as I know, they're not poisonous at all.
No, they're pretty cool.
I touch them.
And then they have like a whole family that lives around them.
Should I tell the tarantula story?
Yes, you should. That was kind of funny. That was pretty hilarious.
I didn't say anything about this after it happened for a couple weeks, but one night...
You realize I'm not going to sleep over there, like, ever.
Dude, this happened once. Anyway.
And I like tarantulas.
Whenever my son has to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, he's asleep, and he starts going, yeah. So I wake up, I grab him onto my arm, I football carry him to the bathroom, I stand him there, I say, go pee, and then he pees, and then I take him back. So one night this happened, so I pick him up, and I'm walking to the bathroom, and I see a tarantula just slowly walking across, like a big tarantula, walking across the floor, and my daughter's face is like, for my son and my daughter, they take the middle children. They take the bed as a rough suggestion of where to sleep. They're like off the bed all over the place. Yeah. Anyway, her face is like basically on the floor, and this tarantula is like this far away, walking toward her face. Yeah. And I was just like, oh. So I'm looking for something to thing, and I was just like, whoosh, and I smashed it with my bare hand, and then carried on taking my son to the bathroom, got him to go pee, washed off my hand, went back, swept up this tarantula carcass, threw it out, and I was like, well, I'm not going to say anything about that. But then like a couple weeks later, I did.
Sean McGuire.
I don't think it would have hurt her though.
I know it
would have been. They're like, you can pick them up and stuff.
Yeah. I've had tarantulas as pets.
The only thing is, like, if she woke up and it was like stepping on her eye, she might be like, "Whoa!" And then it would be like, "Oh!" and it would bite her. Maybe no, it would probably just run away.
Yeah, it would run away.
Still, I just totally murdered it because like it's a freaking. They weren't so creepy.
They're so cool.
Just I know.
Like little furry spider pets.
And the thing that's even worse than them, just in terms of creepiness, is scorpions. Yeah, I see a scorpion. I have no sympathy for them.
No, absolutely
It's like,
not. Book.
yeah,
Done.
it's like deep in my soul, in my many generations
Look
of
like,
evolution. It's just like I see a tarantula. No, it's not tarantula. I see a scorpion, and I'm like, that thing has to die. Has to die right now.
They even look like they know.
Yeah, I'm just like, nearest anything I can smash with.
Chicken will eat it.
Yeah, I don't have a chicken.
I'm
If
just
I
saying, a chicken would eat it.
I'm gonna hold a chicken up.
Chicken over, done.
Eat it.
Somebody was talking about your bear episode in Alaska.
Yeah.
They were just asking where was that, and the answer
McCarthy,
is
Alaska. Well, it was outside McCarthy, Alaska.
Yeah.
Which is a little mining town.
What kind of bear was
Not
it?
a mining town. Oh, it was a grizzly, like huge.
Big brown grizzly bear.
Yeah. Like yeah.
So you would not say that was the most dangerous work environment?
That was pretty dangerous. However, I had a shotgun and a hat.
Oh yeah.
And a bear bum. No, I'm trying to think.
Bye, Jasper.
Bye, Jasper.
He has to check his sheeps.
Adios, sir. Ooh, sheeps. Hey. You relax on those sheeps.
Yeah.
No, what's the most dangerous? You know what the most dangerous work environment might be? Going out in the ocean in a boat.
Yeah.
Because every once in a while you get caught in a storm, and even if you're checking the weather and stuff, like every once in a while the weather just goes bad. And probably the most dangerous things I've been in was like out in a boat, a boat that I built, which makes me slightly more nervous. Although now that I've been through some serious crap in my boats, I feel safer in my boats than I do in other people's boats.
Okay.
But yeah, being out in the ocean, like miles from land, in a storm, in a boat, is pretty scary. Like it's scary enough that I'm thinking about one time when I went miles and I was coming back across, and before I got halfway across this way, it was just like the waves were going all over the place. I mean, the front of the boat was like nose diving down, then coming back up, and water was coming up over, and and there was nothing I could do. Just keep driving. And I just had to keep reminding myself, just keep going. You'll get through this. It'll be like 2.5, 3 hours from now, but just keep going, and just don't panic. Don't freak out. Just keep going.
Currently being rented.
It's currently being rented
by a family that we are enjoying their company.
For an amount that I would not generally rent it to people, but it's like a friend is. Anyway.
Yeah, they were in a situation.
Well, I mean, they have kids, and I want their kids here.
Yeah, and
so
we also were in a situation, had kids, and we're like, we can help you because you have awesome kids that we want to hang out with. So,
but I mean,
okay, so this person has asked this question twice, so in all capital letters. So I think
well, I mean, if someone is interested in coming and renting something, we could have
just send us an email, Sean, and we'll see what is available at the time. This person would like to know, because they've asked this twice.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening with the trampoline house? I feel like we've addressed this before.
The trampoline
sold, I'm guessing.
Oh, my house in Vermont that I haven't seen. My ex house, that I haven't been at for like, I don't know, how long have we, like 8 years?
10.
10 years?
Almost.
No. Well, how long have we been here? Doesn't matter.
Almost 9 years.
Yeah, once
in 2013.
Once I sold it, I left, and then now I don't know.
Yeah. And yes, we know there's videos online about it. I'm familiar with who did the video. We do not own the property anymore, and the person who does own the property would like to potentially sell it, but that's all his thing, and you're welcome to look it up on Reddit to find out more information about it, but we do not have any further information about it.
I don't know anything about it. I haven't even watched the videos because I don't really want to know, Yeah. It's like like when I was there, that was like my whole life.
Yeah.
And then once I sold it to someone else and moved, like I had to just like totally leave that behind, and now I'm like 100% here. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So I think I've addressed that. Sean McGuire.
McGuire.
With regards to the rental properties, send us an email to
via theadventurebuildermovie@gmail.com,
Yeah,
which should be in the comment or in the
as soon as we get off
description.
this live, I will put it in the description.
But it's in the description
out.
of like any of my
Of all
videos.
the other ones.
Yeah.
Yes, and they've been updated, so it is correct.
Oh, good.
So yeah, just send us an email and we can talk about that.
You're so white compared to me.
Somebody wants. It's because I stay inside all day, basically.
Oh yeah, I've been out on the roof.
And like anytime I go outside, it's very shaded. So, yeah. Anyway, somebody would like Anders would
I'm
like to know.
also just darker than you, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not important.
Anders would like to know if you could choose between a grizzly and a polar bear, who would you most like to
Eat?
to meet?
Oh,
MEAT.
Who would I? Is that what it says? MEAT?
Yes, and he meant to say meat. MEET.
Oh, I thought it was like who would I rather eat?
Because
I don't know.
Eat.
When I was the bear that I fought in Alaska, which ended up it wasn't that exciting. He ran away, scared him away with the gun before we actually got into it, which I was fine with. But that bear got shot like the next day or the day after that.
No.
Like by the neighbor, because once a bear starts coming into a human area and gets some stuff, it just keeps coming back until someone kills it. Basically, it's terrible. That's why you should never feed wild animals, because you could basically be killing them.
Or cats.
Or cats. Anyway, but after he shot that bear, a couple guys in the area went over and like canned a bunch of the meat.
Oh, that's
it's like, yeah, dead bear, let's go eat it. Yeah. I didn't get any, but I heard it's, pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah.
It probably depends how you cook it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And their skin is black.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I want to see a shaved polar bear.
That's pretty crazy.
He's like a ninja. He's like a ninja bear.
From like standard bears, like they're
standard bears.
Grizzly bears. They're all like they're
standard bear.
Yeah. So polar bears. I think it's grizzly bears, but I remember reading.
Which one's the standard bear?
Grizzly bear.
Okay.
Like the brown bear.
Not the black bear.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Grizzly bear is the standard.
I say standard because, like, generally speaking, when I think of a bear, I think of a grizzly bear. Anyway, I just don't remember. But the polar bear was originally a brown bear, and
the polar bear? There's only one. All right, sorry.
Sake, man.
Moving on. You know what's funny? Like when we do these things,
we get along with each other.
We get along with each other like so much better. Like if we had this conversation not on this camera, oh god.
Because I'm censored.
You're censored.
Yeah, I can't use the F word.
Can't use the F word.
The SH
word. That probably helps a lot.
It probably does.
You slip it in once in a while though.
No, I try not to say. It's pretty weird about that, huh?
That cheerleaders Vaseline their teeth so they won't close their mouth.
But that was in practice when I was in cheerleading.
Well, they draw a six-pack on themselves too.
They airbrush them on.
So I would do it with crayons.
Yeah, they airbrush them on. There was actually a ridiculous, is it Tatum Channing, the one that plays in the Jupiter movie?
Yeah.
That guy, his wife, did a silly lip sync thing, dance, whatever thing for him on one of those lip sync shows. And she had
whatever
a
that
six-pack
drawn on.
And she had one of those white tank tops and these like baggy pants, and she was being a guy and doing this whole. It was really funny. Years ago. Anyway, but yeah, she had a six-pack sprayed on.
That was the best part about getting sick for 2 weeks. I didn't eat that much. My six-pack was like so 60. Yeah, now I'm just gonna get fat again.
But you need the fat to help regulate your.
I don't know. I can have a six-pack all the time.
Yeah. I just mean that you do need some fat. Anyway.
I think I'm doing all right now.
Now Dan is gonna forever say standard bear.
Standard bear. It's not. No, that's not a grizzly. That's a standard bear right there.
So.
What about the Kodiaks, which are bigger because they're on Kodiak Island, where there's lots of fish?
Joseph Blowmeister just said.
All right, Joe Blowmeister.
Happy 2-year birthday, baby Jaimie / Dashaina girl. Time to wean off the Niploid and eat some solid food.
When does she turn 2? Is that
tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yes,
yeah, I know that.
I would approve of that.
It's the 11th, right?
It's the 11th.
Oh, yes. Yes, I knew it.
Yeah.
Birthday of one of my kids. Got it right.
So
I think I know.
she does. Okay, so she does eat a lot of solid food. She just still really likes the Niploid.
Well, who can blame her?
I'm totally calling him that from now
She
on.
must have caught wind that once it's done,
It's done.
that you don't get
That's
boobs
it.
again for like, unless you
Yeah.
become a lesbian when you're like,
Yeah.
you know, way later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
How do you deal with that? Like, if you're a girl,
Mhm.
you just don't get to play with boobs. I guess you have your own boobs. Never mind. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. I was just gonna ask about.
I mean, the only reason I really live is because I may at one point in the future get to play with some boobies. I mean, if that was just not a possibility, like if I was a girl and I was straight, I would just be like, what's the point? Why am I even here?
Well, how does that work with you and your penis?
Oh, I play with my penis all the time.
Yeah,
I don't need
so
another
you-
penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in terms of boobs. I have boobs.
Yeah.
Like I can play with them whenever I want to.
Yeah, I got you.
Moving on. So.
Well, no, let's just stay on the topic for a while. That should go really well. We won't get banned off YouTube in like 5 minutes.
Like the Howard Stern show. Anyway.
Did that get banned off YouTube?
No, but he has a lot of very.
What's your question?
Off-topic topics. So,
I mean,
7 kids' birthdays is a lot for a Giga Chad to remember. Seriously.
Giga
Yeah,
Chad.
let's see.
I need
kids'
to.
birthdays do you actually remember?
Well, I know 5 of them.
What are they?
I'm not gonna go through them all right now. It'll take me 20 minutes because I have to like do all this math in my head.
Okay.
All right, that one's July 11th.
Right.
And the other one's July 19th.
Right.
And then Carcanian's June 6th.
Yeah.
And then Aurora's.
Well, second child.
Aurora and the first one are October 21st and 12th.
Yeah.
And Aurora was first, so she's 12th.
She was second, but she is the 12th. And that's,
No, she was first in the birthdays.
Yeah.
Because they're less than a year apart. Yeah,
And
they're like
what about
Irish twins.
What about the other 2?
No idea.
Even the month?
February. One's August, November,
It starts with an M and it's not
May, March.
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8th and 18th.
Oh, they're both the same? Oh, well, that's easy. 8th and 18th.
Yeah.
Oh, March 8th and 18th. I'll remember that. No problem. Yeah, it's a piece of cake. I got it.
Yeah, you got it. Now, if I asked you how old your children were, could you tell me?
I don't know. That one's like 2, almost.
Well, you know that. And the other one just recently turned
4.
Right?
4.
Yeah.
And then
another one's going to be
wait. 12. She's going to be 12. She's 11 right now. And the other one's, she'll be 9. No, 10. She's 9 right now. She'll be 10 in a week or whatever.
Yeah, like week. Next Tuesday.
All right. Quit quizzing me on this
What
crap.
about the other 3?
It just doesn't matter. I love my children and I give them snuggles. That's what matters.
I'm just wondering if you know.
See, this is the difference between like manly man and womanly woman. Like manly man is like,
if you know.
I don't need to know my kids' damn birthdays because every day is a celebration with them. And the womanly woman is like, well, if you don't know the date and the time in the correct time zone, then you don't love them. Me.
Well, that's not what I'm implying.
And once, 6.5 years ago, you said something. Oh, you know what? Women, when they do that, when they tell you said something in the past, they're making it up.
Yeah.
I think it was you. I caught you making something up. And I was like, whoa, that definitely didn't happen. And then I realized, who knows how many of the things you told me I used to say, I actually said. It's all under suspicion now. Yeah. Sorry, ladies, you're busted.
Okay. So, don't forget.
If you don't have video of it,
Jaimie.
that's true.
So Dan Duval would like to know if we can make a standard Continental Bears coffee mug.
Standard Continental Bears. Well, it would just be a standard bear. It's a standard Continental Bear. It's a different one.
That's totally fair. It just has to be standard Bears.
Yeah, standard
coffee mug.
Standard Bears. Is there a well, out of the standard bears, is there a continental and a non-continental one?
I don't know.
Just a
or
standard.
incontinent.
A standard incontinent bear?
So if
I don't know if you'd want to drink out of that
you
cup.
get a cow, can you play with 4 boobs?
Well, no, they only have one boob, but like 4 nipples.
Yeah,
So
that's weird.
I mean, the nipple is kind of like the best part, I guess.
The
but
niploid.
The niploid.
You have to use the correct
I don't know.
word.
I shouldn't say it's the best part. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Apparently in Japan, everyone is born 1 year old and there are no birthdays. Everyone adds 1 to their age on New Year's Day. That would work for...
Wait, seriously?
Seriously?
That would be funny.
I'm gonna have to ask my sister about that.
I don't want to remember this crap. Let's have all our birthdays at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there is a travel size bear.
Oh,
there's
there's
James Paddington.
oh, koalas.
Well, Paddington.
You can hold a koala under your arm.
Yeah, they're cute.
You
They
could
won't,
just
like bite your face.
you could just attach it to your back. It'll cling on. As long as you got eucalyptus leaves, like it won't eat your ears.
Yeah.
But once you run out, your ears are gone.
Yeah, all fair. It's all fair at that point.
It's all fair in eucalyptus leaves.
It is true. So yeah, I don't have any more questions. I don't think.
Oh, guess we're done. That's it. That's it. I've had enough of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're done.
We're done?
Yeah, I think Jaimie wants some Niploid time. Split it 50-50 with Eritrea. Do you want some Niploid time, Jaimie?
All right.
Cosmic Bear is the best bear.
Cosmic Bear. Do you know about there's a cosmic cat in Dr. Snuggles.
Oh yeah.
This is like one of my favorite childhood
All I was
cartoons.
When you said cat was the cat that you made up that I haven't heard anything about since you
Oh,
out.
well, no, yeah, because we do stories over there.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, in case anyone wants to know, there's a cat named Banana Baskets, and this is in a story that I tell the kids all the time. And this cat farts a lot, and whatever it farts on comes to life. There was a mishap when years ago the cat accidentally swallowed a fairy and pooped the fairy out, and there's a whole ordeal. And from that point on, the cat farts this brown pixie dust, and whatever it farts on comes to life until the pixie dust was washed off. Mm-hmm. But the cat now has a couple friends who got farted on so much that they're just permanently alive. Anyway, there's a whole Banana Baskets world, and yeah.
What are Mark W, not your brother?
Flappaslap is like almost as cool as Banana Baskets though. Flappaslap is another cat, and they're like best friends. Flappaslap lives on another planet, and he's oh, I can't even get into how he got there. It's ridiculous.
Let's not do that. Sorry, I skipped a question because I didn't realize it was a question.
Yeah.
Storm Chaser 300 would like to know, Jaimie, what made you decide to live off grid?
Well,
can we have a short answer?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know I've definitely answered this before. Mm-hmm. I don't have the answer queued up in my brain right now.
We can come back.
Wait. I wanted to live off grid because I wanted to be more independent. Like I wanted to be responsible for my own survival. And I didn't like when I was living in a city, I basically wasn't allowed to do anything. You know, like you have to pay other people to do everything. And I found that very frustrating. And I felt like I was basically a slave and being told what I was allowed to do and what I wasn't allowed to do. And I thought if I lived off grid, I'd be responsible for everything myself, which is harder. But I also like that because it gives me the freedom to do the thing, to live the way that I think I should be able to live. And I have this set of values, my adventure builder principles that I try to live by, and I don't think I could live by them in a city, but I can live by them out in an off-grid situation.
Mm-hmm. Mark W would like to know, what are your future plans with your sailboat?
Oh, nothing. I don't have any plans right now.
So is it just going to be stuck in front of my house for the rest of...
Yeah, it's a fishing dock. Yeah. I could always harvest the lead out of it.
Oh, that's a great idea. Does that remove it from right in front of my house?
You don't like it? All right. No current plans. It's too far down the priority list to do anything about it.
Dan Duval says rainwater tax, and somebody else said energy bill. Andrew says energy bill in regards to why you chose them. Yeah, getting rid of bills. That's another thing. Like, yeah. And it's not just the bills. Like, I don't want to be forced to pay for electricity. Yeah. You know, like in a lot of places,
least in
Even
the
with
United
solar, they make
States.
you plug into the
Yeah, they
grid now.
force you to connect to the grid. Like you're not even allowed to be independent. They're forcing you to buy products, which is not the government's job. That is not what they should be doing. They should not be forcing you to buy anything. But they do.
Tomato says, enjoy lunch and have a great rest of the week. And confirmed, Jaimo is a killer.
Jaimo is a kill. Oh, I don't kill anything. I kill tarantulas when they're walking
Yeah.
on my daughter's face almost.
Storm Chaser apparently also lives off grid and also finds it rewarding.
Why did he, well, what made him decide to live off grid? Why did he decide to do it?
That's a good question. We can wait a couple of seconds
Yeah.
for the answer to that.
A couple seconds.
Because it's lunchtime.
Yeah, it is. What are we doing for lunch anyway?
No idea.
What do you have?
Canned beef.
You have canned beef? Anything else?
No.
Just
bread.
canned beef.
Brought that bread that could be cooked.
Oh yeah, I've been making sourdough bread. So I got sourdough bread starter from Dashaina.
Joseph Blowmeister says his off-grid experience was bittersweet.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I could see that.
Yeah. So
yeah, that would be my best city life experiences were bittersweet.
And Storm Chaser also uses solar power.
Yeah.
Too. So, I think I've answered all the questions. If I didn't answer your questions or didn't ask them, I mean,
I want to know if it was bittersweet because he got interference or because he got in over his head. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it.
Because I know one thing that's a problem. Sometimes people try to go off grid and they end up not being far enough off grid, and they end up not being able to do what they want to do because of regulations and laws and whatever.
Oh, I have a couple questions we didn't answer at the very beginning.
Oh,
Somebody
okay.
wants to know how your fruit trees are doing.
Yeah, they're growing. It's just slow. I try to show them every now and then, but it's going to be a while before I get fruits out of them.
But they're all growing.
They're all growing. They're all alive. They're doing their thing.
What has been the biggest culture shock living in Panama?
Maybe just not speaking the language that well. My Spanish is all right now. Es no todo bien, pero es no todo basura. It's not totally good, but it's also not total garbage. But I can communicate all right. But that's, I mean.
Yeah, I think that was it. Let me just check if there's any more.
Coming up on 2 hours, you got like 1 minute and 40 seconds left.
Okay. Oh, okay. Storm Chaser says, very similar to you. I live in New Zealand and my parents were hippies living in a bus.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And Anders was saying it's sad, but America probably has the most percentage of people living off grid because of the homeless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Although I don't even know if you could call that off grid. Like when you're living in a city and you're, homeless in a city would suck, man. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So should we go have lunch?
Yeah, let's go have lunch.
Let's turn this off.
Yeah, don't give me any tests. Don't test me. All right.
Okay.
I can't leave on a.
Do you want to touch the button? Oh, wait.
Hold on. Go ahead. That's good.
Do you want to say bye? Wait.
Bye.
You want to say bye? You want to wave? Put your face where you can see you.
This one is 4 years old.
He just turned 4 last month.
See, I know how old my kids are.
Yeah. Okay, say bye. And there's one is going to be 10 next Tuesday.
You even know which button to push? What? This one up here, right?
I want to push it.
Okay, push that OK button.